All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about the technology that pretty much invisibly shapes our entire digital lives. It's called marketing tech, or MarTech, and trust me, it's way more powerful than you probably think.
You know that feeling, right? You're talking to a friend about, I don't know, a new coffee maker, and bam, suddenly every ad on your phone is for a coffee maker. It's not a coincidence, and it's definitely not magic. There's a whole world of tech making that happen.
So let's pull back the curtain on this. What exactly is this system that seems to know what you want, maybe even before you do? Well, it's all part of what we call MarTech, and it's basically the secret weapon behind almost every modern business.
At its heart, MarTech is really just a simple umbrella term. It's any piece of software, any tool that helps a company get the word out. We're talking about everything from the initial planning of a campaign to actually launching it, and then the really important part, figuring out what worked and what didn't.
Think of it in a couple of different ways. On one side, you've got these analytics tools, right? They're like digital detectives, telling a business exactly who is visiting their website and where they came from. Then, on the other side, you have schedulers, which let a social media manager plan out an entire week of posts and just set it and forget it. And then you have the real powerhouse, automation. You know that email you got this morning with a special offer? A tool like MailChimp lets a business send a personalized message like that to thousands, even millions of people with just one click. It's mass communication that's designed to feel personal. So you see, MarTech isn't some high-tech thing only for giant corporations. It is the invisible backbone of your daily online life. It's working behind every ad you scroll past, every promotional email you open, and every app that seems to magically know what you're into. It is, quite literally, everywhere.
Okay, so how does this actually work in the real world? To really get why these tools are so incredibly important right now, we're going to zoom in on one of the most connected places on the entire planet, the Middle East.
Just look at these numbers. In Oman, a staggering 81% of people have a smartphone. Think about that. For most people there, the internet isn't something you get on a laptop, it's the device that's in their pocket 24/7. And then you've got Saudi Arabia. It consistently ranks #1 in the world for time spent on social media each day. The audience there isn't just online, they're deeply, constantly engaged. And this one stat shows a huge shift in communication. In the UAE, more than 82% of people use WhatsApp. It's not just for chatting with family anymore. It's now a major way businesses talk directly to their customers.
So when you put all of that together, you get this incredibly stark reality. In a market that's connected, going digital isn't just a good idea. It's not a way to get an edge. It's about survival. If you're not where your customers are, you might as well be invisible.
All right, so if being digital is that crucial, what does it actually take? What's in the toolbox for a modern business trying to make it? Well, it really boils down to 5 essential things. First up, you need a website. It's your digital home base, always open for business. Second, social media. That's your town square where you build a community. Third, email marketing, which is your direct line to your customers. Fourth, mobile apps for creating that perfect, seamless experience. And finally, number 5, automation. That's the magic glue that holds it all together and makes it all run smoothly. And you know what's really cool about all this? This toolkit, it's not just for the huge global companies in Dubai. It's being used by tiny independent shops in places like Salalah. The technology has totally leveled the playing field. It's not about how big your budget is anymore, it's about how creative you can be. So let's see what that creativity looks like when it's put into action. Enough with the theory, let's get into the real world. How are actual businesses using these tools to get results you can see and measure? I love this story. It's a perfect little case study, not about some massive company, but a local cafe that figured out how to tap into one of the biggest platforms on the planet. So picture this. A small cafe in Muscat starts filming the simple, beautiful process of making traditional Omani coffee by hand. We're talking simple 15-second clips. Nothing fancy, just pure, authentic local craft.
And what happened? Well, it's pretty amazing, but it also makes total sense. We already know that visual content gets about 3 times more engagement than plain text. The simple little videos tapped right into that human truth, and they just blew up. And here is the most important part. This is where the online world crashes into the real world. Those likes and shares weren't just numbers on a screen. They turned into actual people walking through the cafe's door, wanting to try that coffee for themselves and becoming loyal customers. That's the goal, right there. So we've looked at the tools, we've seen the data, we've heard a real story.
What does it all boil down to? What is the one big secret to making all of this work for you?
Well, the secret isn't some complicated algorithm or a giant pile of cash. It's about creating something real, something that feels authentic, that connects with the local culture, and that's so cool or beautiful or interesting that people just can't help but share it. That is the real engine of marketing today.
And that kind of leaves us with a really big question to chew on, doesn't it? As this technology gets smarter and smarter and weaves itself deeper into our lives, who's really in the driver's seat? Is it the companies with all the tools, or is it us, the people who decide what's actually worth sharing? Something to think about.